Hello everyone, welcome back to clusterbmilkshake. I am your host, along with support puppet, Mr. Cowboy Chicken. Yes, today we are going to talk about a narcissistic person or cluster B coming back after a reverse discard. I always get the question, if they discard me, are they going to hoover me back? Of course, there's always that possibility. But if they choose for you to come up with the idea of getting rid of the narcissistic person, will they come back? Because that was more of a conscious choice than maybe you guys doing some makeup breakup bullshit, or them having a splitting event, a narcissistic rage outburst where they, break up with you, kick you out of their life, and then they're just like, oh shit, after they melt back into human form. So with a reverse discard, there is planning involved, okay? They know, and I've read that normies will do this too, that they will be slowly doing this, like quiet quitting the relationship over time, like a, little pushes, little I'm busy's, little not wanting to see you that much, devalues are getting more often. They're criticizing everything that you fucking do, and you're just like, you're slowly being like, this person doesn't like me. Why am I even with them? And then they're getting you to think, maybe I should break up with them. Because some people are like, oh my God, they won't get away from me. They're so understanding and stuff, and they're being too good to me. Now, there's something really wrong with the person who is saying, this person is being too understanding that they won't break up with me. Now, this person does have intimacy issues, and they do not know how to have a healthy long-term relationship with you. They probably know how to have a real toxic abusive one if you became a fucking monster and shit and started causing chaos and really triggering their trauma and everything. You can have a nice abusive relationship with somebody like that, but that's not what we're talking about. So say they finally get you to break up with them. And I have done this too in the past, where I was just like, I am so sick of the toxicity in this relationship and the fighting, because there was massive, fights, screaming and shit, and I just wanted to get the fuck out. So I couldn't wait for the next event where I would destroy something of his. I was already going to fucking do. I knew that I was going to. I was just waiting for it, and which would make him disgusted with me, and then it would be his decision to want the breakup. So I did that, and after I did do that, I did have that, that, oh God, did I make the right choice? Did I, your mind starts fucking with you and everything, because then you start feeling that that trauma bond, abandonment feeling, of like your parental unit just, leaving you and running away, and you're just like, I want the pain to stop. I don't even want to go into the grieving process. So right after I did do the reverse discard, at one point I was just like, I'm sorry that blah, blah, blah. And I was kind of like just trying to be like, okay, fine, we need to not do this anymore, blah, blah, blah. I was praying that he would come back after me and try to make up with me, because, it's like drugs. But you know, when he did come back, he was scared of what I was going to say because he was going to criticize me. I always tell you guys, don't criticize fucking narcissistic people. Don't come back and criticize them. You take responsibility of all your shit if that's what you want to do. Anyways, he criticized me. We fucking fought some more, and then fucking just block, and bleh, and everything. Yes, he tried to hoover me back later, but no, I wasn't having it no more. Finally, I was like, thank you, Lord, for giving me the strength of, you know, not going back. Okay, so some other reasons why a person will come back to you after they have pushed you away and made you leave them, whether it was quiet quitting or something like what I did, a planned event. They now realized that they are part of the problem. Now, I also realized after being apart from this person that I was part of the problem, but I knew that he was not going to try to fix his part and work together in that way. And it's not like he's this massive piece of shit who doesn't want to. I really, over, you know, the relationship, he did want to. But like I said, borderline flavor, he did not know how to control his emotions. And, you know, he had that really rage. And he had the, you know, the broken little boy type stuff. And no, it was either one or the other, you know. And I'm just here with my own shit, trying to learn about myself. And I'm just like, this is when I first started digging into myself, and I'm just like, well, I can't fix you, and you don't fix yourself or even want to go into there. You want to turn it around and make everything my fault and stuff, and it's like, I'm not taking on the burden of your shit and my shit, you know. So, So even though that I knew that I was part of the problem, I couldn't go back. But I also, I have gone back to a person when I was taking responsibility for my stuff, but they were like, no, I don't want to do it anymore. So that's that. But it's the realizing, you know, that you have something wrong with them. So if they do come back to you and they're like, I know, and it's actually a good apology, you know, but you're like, okay, well, how are we going to work on, you know, the issue? You know, are they actually studying things? Do they want to see a therapist just for themselves so they can have somebody to hold their hand while, you know, doing relationship stuff with you? Are you guys going to do counseling together? Is there some real motherfucking change going on in this shit? You know? All right. So don't just fall for or make yourself fall for it because you don't want to grieve for, you know, them coming back and saying, I know I was a piece of shit. I mean, we know that we're fucking shits, you know, but are we saying this because we're lonely? That's number 2. We'll come back because we're lonely and you're a comfortable old shoe, you know? We don't have to go out and fucking find somebody else. We don't have to, you know, be on our best behavior any goddamn more. If we go back to you, you already know us. You already tolerate, you know, our bad days. So, or you know, us being snap, you know, or having low depressive moods. We know that you can be understanding, or we're compartmentalizing because, you know, maybe you are a naggy shit and we're just like, well, it's better to be with a naggy shit than with nobody, you know. We miss your acts of service. That's number 3. So we miss the caregiver role that you provide. You know, if you were, if you're the one that took care of all their needs. So say that you were in the codependent role and the people pleaser role. They want to come back to that. There's healthy acts of service when both of you are doing for each other and supporting each other. But it's not like, your cluster B was working on themselves while you were away. I mean, that's rare, that they were actually working on themselves. They're usually, they broke up with you. They're either going off and having, fucky suck time with somebody else, or they're alone, depressed, and just drinking and everything, and they're just, miserable, and they didn't want to they couldn't do better for themselves because they were so in self-loathing mode, and they sure as fuck couldn't do better to make you happy. So they left you, and now they're alone in their shit, and they're just like, well, maybe if I go back and I'll try to breadcrumb as much as I can type shit. Okay, so there's that too. And then if you have somebody with more borderline flavor or a disorganized attachment style, they're going to feel all these abandonment triggers, and they are going to want to come back to you to stop that pain. They don't want to feel that pain anymore of being left alone, abandoned. They're having their own PTSD response, being abandoned by their original caregivers. And they're going to want to stop that pain by coming back to you. But when they do come back to you, the cycle is going to continue because they're not stopping what they're doing. This is the push and pull thing with like borderline flavor people. They feel engulfed, like you're too close to them, and it's going to scare them, and then they're going to push. And then they're going to feel abandoned, and then they're going to pull. And this is not like a manipulative thing. This is like an actual energy malfunction going on inside of their body, and they're doing this thing. It fucking sucks. Also, there will be you'll be like, okay, well, they're not coming after me, whether discarded or reverse discarded, but they're watching me. And I made a video on that, okay? Stalking or ghosting, but not reaching out. I made a video on that. They're keeping an eye on their shit, man, and just seeing what the fuck you're doing. Some, okay, not all, but some can watch your progress and see you doing better, and they want to fuck up your progress. Don't forget me. You don't get to move on, Please just know that that's childlike behavior. You don't get to leave. You don't get to leave and go on and have a happier life with somebody else. I want you all to myself. And so they'll show back up, but that doesn't stop the mental illness from fucking shit up again. Okay? I also watched this one video that had something to do with that. What was it? It had to do with, hold on. It had to do with Glowups, that like when you're in a relationship with your partner, you don't need to attract any other mates. And this is why you guys start to gain weight when you're in a relationship with each other, because you're comfortable and everything. You may stop working out so hard, shit like that. You become lax on taking care of yourself. You don't need to make up 500 every day and do your hair and everything. You got your ponytail and your fucking sweats, walking around the house, and you guys are eating pizza and fucking chips and shit all the fucking time because you're comfortable being in each other's space. So you're not attracting other mates. And then when you break up and then you go and do the glow up, meaning, you're getting fit again, you're doing everything because you're not in a relationship with somebody, but you are trying to attract a new mate. And this is an actual like psychological response where your partner is going to be like, no, I don't want you to go attract, another mate. I want you back for myself. And this is not just cluster Bs, or toxic people doing that. This is fucking regular people in breakups, man. And yes, narcissists are human. Okay. So, we're anyway, I was gonna say fucking we're not shitty all the fucking time, but our automatic response behaviors disregards for your feelings and low empathy for others, so we can feel the pain that you may be going through. I was sleepwalking through life being like, I am not fucking abusive. If you weren't such a fucker, then I wouldn't fuckericize you. And I believe that. Okay? All right. So I hope that was helpful. Have a great day. Namaste.